This podcast is brought to you by Choose and Snooze Boarding and Kennel. For all your pet care and services, follow them on Facebook. Choose and Snooze Boarding Kennel.
This podcast is brought to you by Seafood to the North, bringing fresh, quality seafood to the people in the North at great prices and customer service with a smile. Please visit us at our website, www.seafoodtothenorth.com, or join our Facebook group, Seafood to the North.
Welcome to the Rule G Podcast. I'm your host, Mickey, and I got my co-host here, LPR.
Yo.
What does LPR stand for?
Let's play Radio Bingo.
That's LPRB.
That's close.
That's close. LPRB.
Change it up.
Peanut butter. Oh, yeah. So, anything new happening this week?
Renos.
Oh,
Yeah.
Never heard that one
I'm
before.
almost done though. It's,
Until
it's
you
just-
start something else.
Goddamn projects, you know how it is, But I was playing around putting some lights on, and I was like, oh, I gotta check if it was connected properly. But then I put the breakers on, and then I forgot to put the light switch on. Then I started playing around with the hydro again. I forgot about it. I got zapped. I was like, you fucking moron.
So there's current going.
There's
to that?
current going in. Yeah, now I know for a fact. Yeah,
nice.
So
That's a good thing.
yeah, it's a good thing. So anyway, I kind of fucked up there, but it was good. It was good.
Yeah, I went to work most of the fucking week and watched a documentary on the last Blockbuster store. Remember what Blockbuster is?
Yeah, I saw the video there. It's pretty cool.
Documentary, yeah.
Documentary, yeah.
It's on Netflix if anybody wants to watch it. It's pretty interesting. Like, I remember Blockbusters as a younger. The closest to us was about 3 hours away though.
Yeah. But it was anywhere you went, there was a Blockbuster. It was huge.
Yeah.
It was a huge chain.
Yeah, it's crazy how big it grew. It's like one of the fastest growing chains that ever happened, like in the 90s and shit. It's just crazy to think that they could have been still going because Netflix like literally went to see them and they're like,
That's right.
hey, would you buy us? And they're like, fuck
Get
no.
the fuck out of here.
Who's
We're
still
Blockbuster. What are you?
And who's still here today, right?
Yeah. Now
So-
Netflix is like, go watch Blockbuster. Go
On
watch it on
Net-
Netflix. It's like, yeah, okay.
But there's only one left in the world.
There's one left in that little town there.
Yeah, in Bend, Oregon.
That Bend. That's right. It's all right. It's just, who rents movies now? Like, who does
It's
that?
the nostalgia about it. Because right now it's more like that place is more famous to be known as the last one.
The last one.
Like-
It's not going to shut down.
No, I don't think so. But the funny part is that there's a company the last company that bought Blockbuster, like the big company that owned it when it was
They
still
still own
big.
it.
They still own the name, and
Yeah.
they give them a hard time every year when they need to renew the name. It's like, yeah, okay, we'll give it to you.
Okay, you can still keep it.
But it's like, dude, just give it to them. Like, do you think you're gonna one day be like, you know
But
what?
people go there for the experience now, like you say. It's just like, oh, you're in the last Blockbuster, and it smells like Blockbuster, and you rent videos.
Do you
there and
remember going to
DVDs.
movie shops to grab movies?
Yeah, I remember that. I mean,
Like,
even videotapes before like DVDs. I remember that.
oh yeah, that's what I mean.
Video games and stuff like that. It was fun. It was
Like,
always fun to go.
Going on a date, and you're like, hey, let's go to the movie
Yeah,
shop.
it was a thing to do.
Then you'd like argue which movie to watch.
Yeah.
You'd be like, you pick,
Look
and
at
then
the
she'd pick, and then
case.
she'd
Yeah.
pick like a freaking shitty movie. And you're like, ah.
Yeah,
maybe
like
we
Dirty
could-
Dancing or some shit.
Yeah, and you're like, but Terminator.
Come on.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, come on. He's
But no-
buff.
It was fun. It was nice. It's a nice nostalgia, but
So the big
It
thing
can't
about
beat Netflix.
so you had all these mom and pop video stores before Blockbuster, and then Blockbuster
Yeah.
came in and just took over.
yeah.
I've been to more mom and pop ones than Blockbuster, but being from where we are, we didn't really have any Blockbusters, so we only had the like little ones that were renting movies out. My question to you is, have you ever been behind that curtain?
Oh, for sure. I was young enough that I was like, I'm gonna sneak in that place.
You're like, what's behind it?
Yeah, you could kind of see you looking like, oh, okay.
Boobies.
Yeah, that's right. And if somebody goes in there, the guy that owned the store, he would always be like, oh, there's somebody over there. He'd be all excited to go over there and tell him good advice. You should watch the lesbian ones there.
Yeah.
One there.
Yeah, but you always have like, you know, when like at night or when it's packed, like before, like after supper, whatever, people would go get movies.
Yeah.
You always have that one guy, you know, that's where he wants to go, but there's too many
waiting.
people. Yeah, there's too many people, so he doesn't want to look like suspicious. So he's just like looking at other DVDs, but you see he's not interested in those when he wants to go behind there.
He's just waiting for people to clear out.
Yeah, and it's always one of those curtains that makes noise too.
Yeah.
So fucking. You can't even be subtle about going back there. No.
Now you can just do it in your room with your phone. That's it.
Yeah.
So much easier.
It's pretty crazy.
It's funny though.
No, now you can just watch the Grammys.
Yeah, good point.
Oh,
Wet ass pussy.
Weren't you talking about arm wrestling with somebody you worked with there?
Yeah, well, at work it was pretty. I didn't think it doesn't sound interesting. It doesn't sound interesting, but it's actually pretty cool. It's a Canadian sport.
Is it only Canadian?
No, but it was made it was made in Canada.
Basketball was made in Canada.
Basketball is also
guy.
a Canadian sport.
By a white guy.
By a white guy.
Played by black Americans.
Who are 6'10". But it was interesting. It was just like, remember that movie Over the Top in the 80s? I rented that in the mom and pop shops.
On a date or?
Yeah, no, I must have been like 7 years old or something like that.
No dates at 7 years old. I thought you were a fucking.
No, I was a late bloomer.
I thought you were.
I was a late bloomer.
I thought you were born and women were jumping at you.
Not a chance. Not a chance. I was that geeky guy with the glasses there.
High IQ.
Well, I wasn't struggling.
But yeah, you were saying.
But the wrestling, yeah, it's in Over the Top, that movie. It's Stallone and he does the arm wrestling competitions and shit. Well, they actually filmed. They actually filmed the movie in a tournament, and you see like a lot of people that know the faces. You'll see the guy that's renowned as the best one ever in arm wrestling. He won. He was still in his 40s.
I still
don't
know who he is.
But his name was like Berzank. But that's not the point. It's actually pretty interesting because it's like he broke his arm when he was a kid, and then when it healed not properly, so it kind of
like
locked.
Rookie of the year. Do you remember that?
Same thing. I remember that. The kid would throw fastballs.
Yes, he broke his arm and
That's
then healed
right.
wrong. So like he would.
That's exactly what happened to this guy, but in arm wrestling.
Really?
And he's world renowned. Renowned. He's world renowned now because of like the way he did all these shit. You're like, no way.
So he can't break it again, or else he'll lose all his power.
That's right. So he's got to be careful now with the graphite fucking arms and shit.
Puts it in a case when he's done. Shakes shit.
Take care of it. But it's pretty cool. And then you see a lot of guys that fight. They got this disability. They got like it's not a disease, but it's like
the guys that jerk too much.
Well, it looks like it. But they have one arm that's just huge.
Is it a disability or is it because they work out that arm more often?
No, it's like they're born with the disabilities. It has a name for it. And you see, the guy doesn't have to work out.
And you didn't Google it before
we got on? Of course I didn't. But it's actually pretty cool. It gets inflated. There's like, I don't know, like 10 people on the planet have this thing.
I was listening, just to get on a side note here, I was listening to Elon Musk's interview with Joe Rogan, and he's like, when he's bringing up something,
How many interviews? Like 5 with Rogan now?
3, I think.
Okay.
But like, the last one, he's like, so when he brings out information that he's not totally sure, he's like, just want to make sure I'm not too wrong here. So he's like, I might be wrong, and I'm protecting myself from maybe being wrong.
Not too wrong.
Yeah. So I think we should use that for our podcast. We won't be too wrong when we say something, in case we didn't search it or something.
Same, but what did I find out? Pogos.
The prices are going up?
Skyrocket.
Because of the wood?
Yeah, it's like $40 for 4.
It's crazy, eh? The wood? Like how expensive?
Crazy.
Like why?
Triple. It's supposed to go up again.
My question is why though? Like I haven't seen. We live in a town where there's.
They say it's because of COVID and shit, everybody's building offices in their houses and stuff. So it's just skyrocketed because of that. I was like, nah, but
like I was saying, it's like they want to blame COVID, but like we live in a mill town where there's a couple mills and they're still running. It's not like they've shut down. So the wood is still going out. Like it's not like, oh shit, we're not making wood anymore. Like it's still being made, right? So it's kind of weird how like the prices are going up. I just feel it's like,
well, they use it as an excuse to go up.
I think it's mostly because they know that banks and shit, like when it comes to like going for loans when like economy's low, like the interest is very low, right?
Yeah, you can borrow.
You can borrow more easily when the economy's going bad. So in my opinion, this is not like an opinion, like it's not something
not
I've searched.
Too wrong.
No, but it's not something I've looked at. But I mean, you know, people that want to build houses and shit like that, it'd be easy right now to get loans to build houses.
Yeah, but how much expensive?
But now that I feel like it's like a, you know, like to make sure that you can't take advantage of the system too much.
So you can borrow more money, but it's going to cost you more money.
Exactly.
So
at the end of the day, you're still
the same much.
Exactly. I feel like it could be something like that, where it's like they try to control the population of not taking advantage of the system too much, but they take advantage of us all the time. So it's like, fuck you.
Moral of the story: you're getting fucked.
Yeah, no lube.
No lube. You get fucked. That's it. That's
so. Did you? So arm wrestling. Are there anything else in that story that you wanted to?
Well, it's just I think I'm gonna start
arm wrestling.
Yeah,
on the train.
I'm gonna start
Hustling.
working out on the train. I'm gonna set up the device just like Stallone had.
Young. You started working out young. Like you jerked that thing off.
That's right. 9-10 years old.
Yeah. Now the
You
wife
think
kind of like
with all the fidget spinners and shit that the kids have nowadays, they'll have issues with that later on.
What do you mean?
Well, they have all these. What do you call them? Like, you know, fidget spinners.
Well, it's things to like. How do they say that? Yeah, I'm not too sure, but it's things to like get your mind off shit.
Yeah. You always got to keep your mind occupied and your hand occupied all the time.
ADHD or something.
Yeah, all these things. They got so many of them now.
So what's your take? What you're trying to say?
Are they going to be more prone to masturbation because of this?
I don't know. That makes me think of. Have you watched Sons of Anarchy?
A couple seasons.
Have you seen the one where there's the guy that has that problem masturbating?
No.
So there's this accountant that's in prison, and I don't know if he's in prison or he's out of prison, and they ask like the Sons of Anarchy to protect him. So they're like, okay, and they go pick him up in the van, and he's sitting there, and he's got his hand in his pants, and he's like jerking off. Everybody's sitting there, and he's just, I'm sorry, man, it's just, I'm compulsive masturbator. It just happens. So eventually, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the Sons of Anarchy yet, spoiler alert, they cut his fucking finger. They lent him to the Chinese. Okay. The Chinese couldn't fucking handle the whole fucking jerking off thing. So he's an accountant, so he just needs to type on the computer, right? So they cut off all of his fingers except the middle fingers.
No.
So the guy only has middle fingers, and he can type, and he can't jerk off.
No.
No, but a big problem, like in all seriousness, though, there is a big problem with porn being so out there.
Yeah.
People are not interested in meeting people, and
that happens more and more. Yeah, you're right. They have a hard time with the socializing aspect,
and because, like it or not, like porn is not always like real. Real thing, right?
I mean, porn is not your sex life.
No,
like that's not what it is.
So it's like, so the expectations people have, and people that have, there's a lot of people that have. Maybe not erectile dysfunction itself, but they have a hard time
getting excited because they've seen so much crap
that when they
just
come
having
in
sex
person,
normal,
it doesn't work
I've read
anymore.
about that.
Yeah, so like there is a problem out there already with masturbation, so I don't know. Maybe
for me it's more like safe words if you want to try shit. You know what safe word I'd use?
Pineapples?
Meatloaf. Because I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. It's a good safe word.
Do you actually have that as a safe word?
No, I don't have a safe word, Kitty. I think the safe word is harder. Which is kind of weird, but...
Wasn't it like in that Euro Trip? I know we talked about Euro Trip a couple episodes ago. When he goes to that sex slave thing there, and she gives him a piece of paper with the safe word on it. He's like, I'm not gonna need it.
I'm not gonna need
but
this.
He keeps it anyways. And then he's like, Then I think she brings out like that dildo machine or whatever, right. And he's like gets all scared and he opens the paper and it's like a bunch of letters and he can't say the word. He's trying to say it, but she's not stopping because he can't say the right word.
That's really good. Or that the semi-pro movie, they did that in that one too.
Is it in that
Spumoni.
one?
Spumoni.
Oh, that's with the bear.
That's with the bear. Yeah, that was hilarious, man.
And then the bear goes out of the cage.
Everybody panic.
Isn't it like everybody
use children as shields?
Use children as shields. Talking about semi-pro.
Okay, yeah.
You started watching that series,
yes,
right?
I did. It was good. I enjoyed it. I wish I could watch a live game. You know, it's pretty cool.
Are you done the series? Or?
I did.
Okay, I'm still at episode 3. I haven't got into it too much, but I'm very interested. Just that story of that guy getting shot.
Oh yeah,
9
the
bullets.
Security guy. Yeah, he's a tough motherfucker.
Holy
man.
fuck!
Holy shit!
Did you see the video? They show the video when he's getting shot.
Yeah, you see it. Yeah,
and he's trying to go at the guy. The guy like shot him 3
like
times.
3-4 times.
Gets up, tries
I'm gonna kill you. Yeah.
Then he gets shot another 3 times, and he's like, "Okay, maybe I should stand back.
Maybe I'm not gonna go now."
And so he starts going back, and then the shooter goes back and shoots him another fucking 3 times.
Crazy.
Guy's still alive.
Yeah. That's a tough dude. But I mean, the hockey in the series is really good hockey. It's fun to watch.
I'm at the point. So you've watched it all, but I'm at the point where that commissioner like gives him that 10-game suspension. He's like, "What the fuck? I wasn't even there."
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, there's always going to be issues with stuff like that. It's just they really want to get all these big fights because it's hockey fighting.
I like how
hockey fighting. That's what that's the whole.
That league is
that
pretty
league
much
is hockey fighting. That's all it is.
And I'm not saying they need like even the NHL. If you start looking at it lately, they've been up. There's been more fights.
Oh,
so they're saying like
because they're trying to get rid of the fighting in the leagues.
I don't think they'll never be able to get rid of fighting.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that.
Put another $20 that you still owe me.
Yeah, but you'll never win that other $20 if you bet it again because maybe in 50 years they will.
You still owe me $20.
Yeah, anyways. I still owe you $20. God.
But coming back to the arm wrestling, just because that's where we started all of this conversation, he takes out the $20.
That's your 20. God damn. Take it.
Sounds good. It'll be my. I'll stop at a restaurant. That'll be my food. You're paying for my supper tonight. I paid for your
supper tonight. There you go.
But I still don't see arm wrestling as being that big. Like you're like, oh yeah, but the big name and everything. He said his name, and I still don't know him.
No, but it's not a really common sport.
But if I tell you who Joey Chestnut is, you know who he is.
The world biggest eater or something like that, right?
He eats hot dogs.
Yeah, he eats the hot dogs.
But it's crazy. Like you told me somebody that's big in arm wrestling. Nobody probably, even our listeners probably don't know who it is. But I see Joey Chestnut.
Well, why do I know that? I don't know why I know that.
But you know it.
Yeah. It's not. That's worse. Why do I know that's
exactly what I mean?
Horrible.
I mean personally,
I condone that sport. Like, why would you watch that? People that binge eat like that.
And like the guy's like really small. He's probably your size, and he eats like.
Yeah, he's not a big dude.
But but it's like I feel like arm wrestling should be bigger than fucking hot dog.
I agree.
But I mean, at the end of the day, when I just said that name, you right now knew who the best.
Yeah, I feel bad that I know it. If I would have been, I don't know.
You remember? Remember when fucking Shaq did Shaq versus? He went on. He had Joey Chestnut on his show.
Okay.
So Shaq versus
Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal had this show as Shaq versus, and he'd go against the best in other sports. And I think he did the UFC one where it was only takedowns. He wasn't hitting.
Okay.
And he had no chance. So the guy was smaller than him. The guy was putting Shaq on the ground.
No way.
Yeah.
Shaq's a big dude.
Yeah. And I don't remember if I want to say GSP, but I don't think it's GSP. But I think there is a video of him with GSP in the ring. Or is it GSP? No, it was George Larac, right?
Yes.
I think that's what it is. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
But anyways, coming back, and I think Shaq did with a NASCAR driver. He would, like, everybody's like, oh, NASCAR's not a sport. So they fitted a NASCAR car for
They must have tweaked it a lot because holy shit.
And he was burnt out. Like he got out of that car and had to go for a rest and stuff.
No way.
He was tired.
Wow.
It's demanding, NASCAR. You got to think about it. There's no EC in that car. That track becomes very, very hot in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
With all those cars going around and around. Just look at the railway. Like, I mean, I know it's metal, but like when the sun and the train goes over, like I worked on the gangs. After a train went by, it go up like 20 degrees between the rails.
Oh, yeah.
Just from the friction of the train going by. So think about all those cars running in circles for 200 laps. No AC.
Burning rubber.
Like, I mean, there is like a fan that's connected to their helmet and their suit to like air out just so they don't burn up. But like they drink a lot of water. Everybody's like, oh, how do they take a pee or whatever? And it's like they don't pee. They just sweat it out. And like, it's freaking crazy. But yeah. It's a very demanding physical sport. As much as people think, oh, they're just sitting in a car going in circles, there's a lot of G-forces involved. And I mean, the race is about 4 hours long, right?
It's a long race.
There is one race coming back to like taking a piss or whatever. Tony Stewart, there's a race where he's like 20 laps in. And he's like, I don't feel too good. And they're like, okay, well, we might have so there's different series like we already talked before. So the lower series, some of the drivers are still there. So they're like, well, we'll have another driver take your spot. Just come and pit and we'll switch. And he's like, oh, fuck. He was first place, second place, you know. He's doing good. He was doing good. And he's like, okay, yeah, you know. But what he really meant is I need to fucking shit. That was what that's going on, right? Or he didn't feel good. Anyways, eventually he shit his pants.
Oh, no.
And this is early in the race.
Oh, no.
And all of a sudden, he's still doing good, and he can win the race. And he's like, I'm feeling a little better. And, like, he ends up winning the race. So they go to winning circle.
No.
So they got to, like, he drives the car to the winning circle, and he's like, yeah. He gets out of the car, gets a couple of hugs. But you're like, he probably stinks. Like, it's warm there. And he's been sitting in that shit for so many hours.
That's disgusting.
So he's like, I'll come back for the celebration. Like he walks to his trailer and changes his clothes and suits and everything.
A shower. I mean, come on.
And went back to the celebration. But it's still fucking hilarious to think like
that's
fucking
crazy.
Just sitting in shit for all those hours.
That happened. You know.
But I mean, I think it's pretty crazy. But I think he was actually sick, and when he let himself go, it like made him feel a little better. I think he didn't feel too good, but it took a while for people to know that that's what happened.
It's a shitty experience
for sure. So I know we went in a lot of tangents here just for that, but we were talking about arm wrestling again, and it makes me think of those slapping in the face competitions there.
Did you ever seen those?
I've seen videos.
It's insane. You see, like the heavyweights, they're huge guys.
Did you see? There's one that one with that tattooed guy, and he's like slim, and he hits that huge guy, and the huge guy barely budges, and then he got slapped pretty fucking hard. Like that scrawny guy could slap him pretty good. Then the big guy just comes up and hits the guy. The guy just
knockout.
Knockout on the ground. It's just like
they're huge.
It's like, why would you want to?
Why would you go against that guy?
But why would you want to get slapped in the face?
That's the tournament. That's what it is.
But how much money do you think they're making? It's not like they got fucking million of people watching.
No. And it's brutal. Like if you see, they knock the fuck out. They knock them out. These guys. It's crazy.
Like how long till it takes to feel your face?
Well, you get up and you're like, what happened? You knock out by a slap.
I can't
feel my face. I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe that's where The Weeknd got his song from. I can't feel my face when I'm with you.
To a tournament. Yeah, that's crazy sport.
Fuck's sakes. So, what's in the news lately? I know there's some railway news going on right now.
Oh, yeah. That biggest... is it number 2 biggest Canadian railway?
You're the one that has the information.
CP. They bought Kansas City Southern Railway.
What does CP stand for?
Canadian Pacific.
And you're forgetting the R, which is railway, but yeah.
Yeah, well, when you said CP, you didn't say CPR.
Yeah, but it is CPR.
Yeah, I know, but you said CP, so screw you.
It's like CN is CNR, really, but everybody says CN.
Yeah, that's right. But they bought the Kansas City Southern Railway for $25 billion.
What
Billions.
What's the saying in fucking... Austin Powers?
Was it?
Yeah, in the first one, doesn't he ask for $1 million? $1 million. And his son is like, dude, that's nothing anymore.
Yeah.
$1 billion.
Billion. Yeah, that was a classic. But yeah, they bought it for 25. It says they're the first to combine to create first U.S. Mexico Canada rail network.
That's
I didn't know that. I thought I didn't think they were.
No.
I thought CN was.
Well, I know that CN has the first railway going from Canada to the Gulf of Mexico, not in Mexico.
Maybe that's what it is then.
Yeah.
Because they say they're the first there.
I mean, it's all good if they got the... I don't know where that railway goes into Mexico, but if you're not on the coastline, you're not getting anything done.
Yeah.
Like that. The whole thing about, I think, CN is they can have a port on the Gulf, on the Pacific, and on the Atlantic, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got a lot of cargo ships and shit. You can get traffic, right? While if you just got a railway going onto land, I mean, you got to give it to somebody else to bring it to the boats, right? Because most traffic, a lot of people don't understand, but most of the traffic going through Canada and the United States that goes coast to coast are European and Chinese shit. Because it's faster. It's faster for them to get stuff across the ocean through Canada
and then again on a boat.
Well,
they use that canal.
They had the
Suez Panama
Canal. That was the big canal that they used, but it's like very narrow.
Well, what's the one, that Suez Canal that got stuck this week?
Yeah, but there's
like
a bunch of canals, but those canals are all man-made, right? So that's the big problem. Is like they don't control as much as the water that goes in and out and shit like that. And I know like Panama, is it Panama Canal or whatever, the one that we were talking first, like they have a hard time shipping ships through there because it's
a lot of time.
And so yeah, it's weird to think that it's faster. Like you'd think they just build but it's because what happens is out there in Europe too is like for China to get to Europe, they got to go through Russia and
too many countries.
Too many countries you got to go through. You can't just, you don't have like one railway. Now you're switching countries, different regulations.
You go ocean, nobody. One
Canada.
country, one. And then ocean, and then you're straight there, Europe.
Yeah. I think that's like, I don't want to be too wrong.
Okay.
But I think that's probably the big thing, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's easier to ship through just one country than having to go through different countries.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I feel like they could have a railway that the same thing as us just go through, but then you got to regulate. Just think about it. When trains go from Canada to the U.S., there's a lot of shit that goes through.
A lot of shit goes through, yes, right.
So, like a lot of
paperwork
and crew changing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I got a feeling other countries probably have similar things going on, right?
Guaranteed.
So, yeah, it's very interesting when you think about it, but good for CP to expand their railway for sure. And I mean...
Wow, competing. It's two biggest in the country anyway.
Yeah, I think they're far behind, though, from CN.
I don't know how much, but that Kansas City says they bought it for $25 billion, so it's a lot of money, man.
Yeah, but it's stocks.
Yeah. You seen their stocks? Holy shit.
What's their stock at?
It's like 365 last time I
checked. And
what's
CNR's stock at?
129.
Yeah, the big problem with CP Rail, I know, is they don't... they've never split their shares, right? In all the years that they've been on, I think they've never split their shares. I'd have to look it up, but... While CNR, I think, has split their shares like 3-4 times already.
Still, 353 CP.
But like
CNR,
I said, they never...
146.
Yeah, but like I said, they've never split... CNR is known to split their shares eventually, while CP Rail hasn't.
I'm going to buy some Bitcoin.
Bitcoin?
$65,000.
Did you know you can buy Teslas now with Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Elon Musk.
Maybe if I buy enough Bitcoins, I'll get a Tesla car.
Maybe you could sponsor us. Maybe we could get a car. So Elon, if you're ever listening, we'll take a
car.
A couple Teslas here.
I wouldn't mind that.
You know, just a shout out if he listens.
Aren't they building train units?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I think they're trying to implement a hydrogen system with the electricity and all that shit.
This guy has his finger in everything, man. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Like listening to the podcast, the little things that he's working on. It's neuro something with using technology to, let's say you're paralyzed.
Yeah.
So they'll use technology to help all of your body to
be able to move.
Yeah. Shit, like the stuff he's working on.
He's got like an IQ of like 150 something or something like that.
Just a little lower than mine.
Yeah. Just tweak it a little bit. Huh?
But yeah, no, the guy's freaking
most interesting on the planet, man. I keep saying it.
I'm becoming a big fan of him.
I'm a big fan.
But my question is he a good guy or a bad guy?
Nobody's a bad guy. You think he's a bad guy?
Do you think Jeff Bezos is a good guy? He's killing all the fucking businesses.
He gave a whole bunch of money for food, for the food banks. He gave like $100 million. $100 million.
How many of your stores in the local town are going to close because of this guy?
Yeah.
I mean, is he really a good guy?
Times are changing. You gotta find new ideas.
The only good person that's related to fucking Jeff Bezos is his ex-wife that just made a bunch of money and was giving a lot of that money.
She was giving a lot more around, right?
But but do you think Elon Musk is a good guy or a bad guy?
Of course, he's a good guy.
But I mean, Tony Stark's was paying for both sides for a while.
You never know. Maybe he's got an evil plan we don't know about.
I don't know. I think he is a good guy. He's the one that advanced technology to a crazy point.
A lot.
Did you know that Apple was trying to buy Tesla from him when he was...
What?
For a while, Tesla wasn't doing good when he bought it. So they bought... What happens is, I think didn't they buy Lotus, like the cars?
Yeah.
And that's where they started Tesla. They used the Lotus and stuff. And they were really having a hard time at the beginning. And then Apple offered to buy out because he was close to bankrupt. Like, Elon Musk wasn't always rich, right? No. He put a lot of his money into every project that he's been working on, and it was just crazy, like, to think like Apple might have bought Tesla, like where it would be today. But when you think about it, but when you think about it, though, me and you, is like if Apple would come and be like, yeah, we'll buy your podcast, it's like, we must have something great here if Apple wants to buy it.
Yeah, that's right.
That's probably the thing that he fucking thought about.
If
Apple wants to buy what I'm working on,
I
must
here.
be something going
I'm on
good.
the right track. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it for sure.
For sure. Like when a big company comes up, it's not like Netflix that wasn't big going to Blockbuster. It was big and like, do you want to buy us?
Yeah. No.
This is like
Blockbuster would have been like, hey, we want to buy you.
We're gonna buy you.
Yeah.
And anyways, it's interesting to see like where this guy's going with it. And this guy like lost like $25 billion like a couple of weeks ago, and it's like doesn't give a shit.
Don't care.
It's like,
don't care. It's just numbers.
I'll just tweet about Bitcoins and bring it back up.
It's Elon Musk, man. He's the most interesting man on the planet.
He believes that there was no aliens yet on Earth. That he thinks that all these stories and there's not enough concrete proof that aliens have been around.
I don't think they have either.
It's interesting, but he does believe that there's life out there.
Of course there is. The galaxy's so huge. There's no way it's not.
He was talking about too how, like, you know how he's planning on going to Mars. Like his big plan is actually trying to get to go to Mars and how we
bag
can
a Martian.
What? No, but like not him personally, but he made a very, very good point too. He's like, oh yeah, so going to Mars, it's going to be the rich guys going to Mars. It's like, no rich guy's going to want to go to Mars. They're going to have to like work.
Yeah.
Like they're going to have to...
Gone for 3 years or something like that.
Well,
how long is that trip?
Oh, the trip itself is six months. 6 months. So that's another interesting thing that he talks about on the podcast with Joe. He's like, it takes 6 months, and Joe Rogan's like, but like, couldn't they do it faster? He's like, yeah. So the way it works, so like with the like, when you kind of get a slingshot to go there, right?
Yeah,
you kind of get a slingshot
with another planet.
So to be perfect speed, when you get to Mars, it takes 6 months. You could do it in 3 months if you wanted. He said, but if you miss Mars, you're going to Jupiter.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what he said. It's like you're going to have to go all the way to Jupiter to come back, or else you're going to be stuck in that course. So
how much further is Jupiter? That was insane.
I don't know, but it's just the thought of like, you could do it in 3 months. He says, but you can't miss your fucking target, because if you miss it,
you're
fucked.
Yeah,
which is interesting to think about. You know, like.
I just
because you're going fast.
They're supposed to send humans soon to Mars.
He was saying
2030, 2035, whatever it is. It's
Like,
in the 30s.
He's saying in the 20s.
Oh shit! Like it's closer than we think.
And the rover's there already, so the NASA's already getting feedback over there.
Yeah.
They say that if they can heat up Mars, like the
Heat up Mars.
yeah,
Create an atmosphere.
well, it's because so from the sounds of it, Mars would have had an atmosphere in the past.
Not now.
But now everything's frozen on it, so there's a lot of water still on it. There's a lot, and the reddish that we see, it's just rust, like iron rust.
Iron rust, yeah.
So there's like a little dust over these lakes and shit that we don't really see by photographing, but that they were able to analyze and be like, there's water under this dust, right?
Wow.
So they say, like, it's not that they're gonna create an atmosphere, it's that they can actually create,
they can use
like, because you can make oxygen out of CO2 and fucking vice versa and shit like that. So they say that eventually they'll be able to they want to colonize Mars eventually, but like
that'd be sick.
But the whole thing about like, oh, it's for
That's
rich
like
people,
sci-fi shit.
but they're like, oh, it's for rich people. It's like, no, because you got to work when you get there. You got to build, like, you're gonna get there, there's nothing there. You're going to have to build a base with oxygen in it. You're going to have to figure a way to grow fucking food up there. You're going to eat fucking shitty food for years.
Yeah.
And, it's going to be a shit show, like, to start with.
But
the way he was saying, where I wanted to go with this is, the way he's saying is, as soon as you start with Mars, it won't be long. They'll be able to jump to the next galaxy. Like he says, like
the next planet. You mean?
No, galaxy.
There's no way. That's so far.
They say it's like it's easier because what's happening with Earth right now. What the big thing about being so hard to get to space from Earth is the gravitational pull and the atmosphere. Getting into Earth's orbit is very, very hard. But leaving Mars is easy. Leaving the moon is easy. There's not a lot of gravity pull there.
Yeah.
But Earth is hard because you got the gravity pull plus you got to get through the atmosphere.
Yeah, which has been protecting us for fucking thousands of years.
So that he was saying, like, eventually when you get to Mars, it'll be easier even to leave from there. It's going to be easier from the next place. And he says it'll be easy
to jump
as we go further.
Well,
it's interesting. It's interesting.
That's far.
What else do we have in the news?
Well, we got that shotgun.
You bought a shotgun?
I didn't buy a shotgun, but apparently there's an 11-year-old kid who got shipped a shotgun by Canada Post.
So who sends their 11-year-old kid get their mail to start with?
The kid was at home.
Oh, okay. It was. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess
Canada
because
Post.
I'm so used to being here.
That's right. So
but still. Oh, yeah, I guess if they're dropping off.
They drop it off at the wrong address and they just dropped it off. They didn't sign it, say, okay, this is a gun. You got to sign for it.
Amazon has that system too, right? You don't sign shit.
You can't buy a gun off Amazon.
No, but I'm just saying any packages you send from Amazon, like you order shit from Amazon, unless I think it's...
for firearms specifically, you have to sign.
Okay.
It says right in the Canada Post internet site. It says right on. It says you have to sign to say that you're over 18 years old. Okay. And they just gave this package to the 11-year-old kid. Like, there you go. Kid opens it up. It's like, oh, a shotgun. Thanks, Mr. Postman.
So did the kid open it up?
Yeah, well, he opened it up and he's like, what the hell? And then he showed his mom. His mom was like, what? Shotgun. Like, wow.
It makes me think of that guy in Timmins, Ontario. Did you see that?
What's that?
The guy that went to Value Village and bought radio recording system, like an old vintage radio.
Like an 8-track kind of thing?
And it's not even 8-track.
Is it cassette?
It was cassette.
Okay.
But it was very old, and the guy tried to plug it in, and it's not working, but he's like a little technological, so he opens it up to like see if he can fix it, and you could hear a noise in it, so he's like, maybe something's loose. Opens the fucking thing up, and there's just a pistol in there. Like, whoever owned this beforehand had a hidden pistol in case, I guess, a burglar or something or whatever. But like in my mind, and everybody's like, but how? Like, why would somebody send that to Value Village or whatever? Which, for anybody that doesn't know what Value Village is, it's like a secondhand store where you drop off things and they sell it for people for cheap and stuff. But I could just see it being like your mother passed or your dad passed away or whatever, and you got to sell everything in his house. And
You just sell it off.
who's going to fucking want to buy a cassette player? We'll drop it at Value Village, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just surprised nobody tried to plug it in and see if it worked before putting it on the shelf.
And then there's a gun.
But like, like, why would you put a gun in there? Like, let's say there is a burglar that comes in your house.
Well,
What's the first thing he's going to try to
That's probably not what it was. Maybe it was something that had a lot of value in the family, and they're just trying to keep it so nobody steals it. I don't
like
know.
the gun itself you're talking about? Yeah, maybe.
Because it looked like an old pistol.
Yeah, but not that old. It's just the fact that, let's say it was for like, in case somebody comes in my house or whatever.
I don't think that was the point. I don't think that's why. Why would you put screws and the whole thing? That makes no sense.
The way I see it is there was an illegal gun and they were just trying to hide it.
Yeah, I think so. Then he called the cops. Cops are looking into it. I'm like, well, whoever had the gun before, it's gonna be in shit.
It depends. Like, how are they gonna be able, if it's an illegal gun, it wasn't registered, so nobody's gonna know whose guns it is, right? I mean, being the guy that found it, I would have like looked up online. I would have looked up online what kind of gun it was and the value of the gun. And it'd be like,
you would have called the cops.
Fuck that. I mean, if this gun's worth more than what I paid for this stereo, I'm selling the gun. Like, I'm not keeping the gun. I'm not keeping the gun. I'll try and find a way to sell it.
Yeah.
But like, called the cops.
Yeah.
Like, now you have a radio that doesn't work, and whatever was in it that actually was valuable,
It's
you just
kind of
gave
like
it.
that kid that found $50,000 and he called the cops and gave it to the cops.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Whose money was it?
I don't know, some drug dealer.
Oh, it wasn't even like somebody that could have been like, here's a little money kid for.
No, the cops kept the money. They seized it. And the kid got a nice little frame saying he did a good job.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Can you imagine this kid? So this kid grows up like in his 16 years old, 17, and he looks at that frame and is like, I should have kept it.
I should have kept that money.
Like, you know? Like,
even his dad's like, God damn
fucking kid. I raised you too good. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Fucking Kylie Jenner's in the news again. Well, again, those Jenners and Kardashians are always in the news.
They're always in the news, yeah.
People have been kind of pissed off a little bit. Can you elaborate on what's going on?
She tweeted something about her makeup artist having a big accident.
Okay.
And it cost $60,000 to
like surgery
and all that stuff. It's in the States, right? So it costs a lot of money.
It still costs a lot of money here. People don't understand that.
But
that's another conversation we can have. But like the free healthcare Canada
not plastic
has.
surgery.
No. But I'm just, in general, people in Canada think we have free healthcare. But break your leg, they're gonna give you a bill for those crutches.
Yeah, the crutches. Yeah, but not.
It's healthcare. I need crutches to walk because I broke my leg.
But no.
It's not free healthcare. People think it's free healthcare.
They'll fix you up for free.
Depends.
If it's a problem, if it's aesthetic, they won't.
They'll give you the cheapest thing that fix you.
Yes, they will. But they'll fix you.
So, like, let's say you fucking fuck your arm up and you can't play baseball anymore, but there's another surgery you can do that'll actually fix your arm and you can still play baseball. That'll cost you money.
Yes.
I find that's where it's a little iffy. Like, if you're gonna make sure I'm fucking back to 100%.
No, that's not the point.
That's where I don't believe in this whole free healthcare shit.
I mean,
but anyways, going back, $60,000 in surgeries for her makeup artist.
But then she gave him $55,000, and then she opens a GoFundMe page. She's like, "Hey, help my associate or my worker, help him give him some money." And everybody's like, "Us give him money? What the fuck? What are you talking about?" So her net worth's $900 million.
Yeah, but net worth, like I said to you before, net worth is not the money she has in her pockets.
Matter. She's still worth $900 million.
Okay,
there's no way.
Okay,
like if it would be, I'm not saying she has to help everybody on the planet.
No,
and give all her money away.
I get that, but how many people can afford to give him $5,000 for his surgery?
Okay, but why would you open a GoFundMe page saying everybody else should give money though?
Like any other fucking GoFundMe pages that are out there.
Not specifically from a celebrity I'm just making that much money.
But it's not for her. It's for somebody else. So
he should have opened his own. Not
He's in fucking surgery. He can probably not even do anything.
It
He was in
doesn't
a car
look good.
accident.
It doesn't look good.
I just think like everybody that expects everybody to, like
No,
she
that's
gave
not what I mean.
fucking $5,000. How many people can afford to give $5,000? Can you give $5,000 to this person?
I can give $5,000 to that person.
Bull fucking shit.
I'm not giving $5,000 to that person.
So fucking, you have, let's say you had somebody that worked at the kennel.
Yeah. But I mean,
And they got attacked by a dog and needed surgery, and there's a lot of costs in there. She's losing a lot of paycheck because she can't come back to work and shit. Are you giving and let's say it's about $10,000? Are you gonna give $5,000?
That's not the difference. It's like me asking if would I give $10 for somebody to help out. I give $10. I'm worth $900 million fucking dollars. That's the purpose. That's the point. I'm not worth $900 million. Like $5,000 is a lot for me. It's not a lot for her.
Okay. So how much money would you give to somebody that would get hurt?
She bought
that was
her toddler, her kid, a $15,000 purse.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that buy a lot of fucking stupid shit.
Okay. But she's not going to give $60,000 for to help out
I know
employer.
people that want to buy signs to put on the side of the road with their face on it for no fucking reason.
It's not $5,000.
It's $1,000.
Yeah. That's well worth the money.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
That's money well spent.
Can you tell me who wants to do that?
I'm gonna start a GoFundMe page, and it's gonna help out for me to get my own billboard.
So
it's gonna happen.
So the joke is, LPR wants to put a billboard up on the fucking side of the road with his face on it for no freaking reason. The guy actually has a business with a kettle. He's not gonna put the kettle on it. He's gonna put his face on it.
Yes.
But yet, Kylie Jenner just gives $5,000 to a guy that needed surgery. No, she could have gave him more.
She could have gave him more.
So I mean, the way I see it is, she gave a percentage of her salary, like her money. Which, let's say for you, you're making $60,000. And let's example $60,000. Anybody who works on the railway knows that LPR makes more than $60,000 a year. But anyways, we'll put it in numbers, and you give out $10, same amount. Like that's the same thing as her giving $10. That $5,000 is like the $10.
Yeah.
And usually on GoFundMe, personally, if I do want to help somebody out, that's what I'm going to be giving.
Yeah, $10. Yeah.
So why are people complaining? This person has already given more money than probably anybody else on that GoFundMe page. More than she had to.
How it looks is that she has
trying to help
the
out somebody.
audacity to ask other people to give.
It's not for her, though.
She's still
And she
asking.
gave.
She's asked. That's why it's not looking good.
I don't. It's because people are just. They don't understand. Like, these people are making money. It's like, I do get that the Kardashians made their money weirdly a little bit by TV and shit like that, but their dad was actually famous.
I would too if I could.
Their dad and their dad/mom on the other side. It's because the Kardashians, the Kim Kardashian and Khloe Kardashian, their dad. Those are the first two girls, and then you got Jenner, then you got Kylie Jenner.
Okay.
And that. So what happened is the Kardashians, the first two, their dad is I don't remember his actual first name, but he was the lawyer for O.J. Simpson.
Johnny Cochran?
What are you talking about? O.J. Simpson had like a team of lawyers, and one of the lawyers was the Kardashians'
Well, it's
dad.
because the most famous lawyer for O.J. Simpson was Johnny Cochran.
No, but I'm saying his last name is Kardashian.
Okay, well, it's not the
They got
lawyer.
a team. They got a team of lawyers. You got to understand that there's more than just one lawyer
okay.
for
He wasn't
this
the
guy.
most famous lawyer in that team.
No, but I'm just saying the big name was the Kardashians, and he was actually a friend of O.J. Simpson.
I'm gonna look into that.
There was actually a freaking big show on that. There's like a American True Story or whatever, and there was what's his name was playing O.J. there.
Dave Chappelle?
No, Junior there. What's his name? He played Rudy.
Played Rudy.
Yeah, you know that football movie?
Yeah, I remember the football movie.
The black guy there, or
Don't remember.
Jerry Maguire, the black guy. What's his name?
Oh yeah, Goodwill Jr. or something like that.
Gordon, whatever.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know who you're talking
He's
about.
the one that plays OJ in that show. And the lawyer that I think you're talking about is John Travolta that plays him in the series. It's like a 6-part series or 10-part series.
Oh, okay.
If you can find it online, it's an actually good series. But so this Kardashian, that's how they were actually brought into the limelight, and then him being a lawyer probably had a bunch of money. So the two daughters were able to. Well, I mean, Kim Kardashian got famous because of her sex tape. That's the big thing.
That was the big one.
That's her mom, eh, by the way, that put that online.
No,
they purposely put that shit online for money.
Even bad rap is still rap, you know.
Yeah, and then they created the whole TV show, and then she divorced her husband, the Kardashian lawyer guy, and she married Bruce Jenner, which is now Caitlyn Jenner, and had more kids, and hence Kylie Jenner being related with the Kardashians, they're stepsisters.
Wow.
But that's why I say they were famous because of their dad back in the day and their dad/mom now, because now they got two moms, right?
And that's why they're famous, because of all this fucking drama.
Now they're done, though, the TV.
But still, they're famous.
Yeah.
They're making money with nothing now.
But it's still, like, fucking, we should make a movie of our life or something.
Yeah, shit.
You become the girl, though.
I get the sex change.
Hey. She fucking won Woman of the Year one year, Caitlyn Jenner.
I know. I remember that.
So the big thing online was, even a man can win Woman of
the Year. Yeah, I remember that. That's
true. Anyways, let's go into sports.
Well, I just want... you got to talk about the cinnamon thing once.
Well, I mean, there's not enough information on it right now. Maybe we should just bring it up when we get a little bit more information on it.
But he found shrimp in his cinnamon, and
so yeah.
But anyway, it looked bad.
Yeah, it's weird, but from the reports, this guy has been known to cry wolf before, and it wasn't true. So,
but he's married to Topanga. That's why I wanted to talk about it.
Topanga. Why was that your crush when you were a kid?
Oh, for sure. And Boy Meets World.
What's funny about that show too is like you had the boys that were crushing on Topanga, and then you had the girls that were crushing on what's his name there, the other kid.
Oh, really?
Not
the big dude.
No, what's his name there? The guy that had the fucking. He was the friend of.
Oh, really? I don't remember. I just remember Topanga.
He had Corey and
Topanga,
but not Corey. His friend.
Yeah, I don't
his
remember.
buddy. You remember his buddy though?
I don't. That's why I'm.
And then you had Eric, the brother. Everybody crushed on him too. The older
Okay.
ladies crushed on Eric. But the guy that was playing his best friend. I was watching like a reunion, like because it was like 20 years or something, not too long ago. He was saying like how he couldn't cut his hair, like it was in his contract, because his hair was what it was that hairstyle that was famous in the late 90s.
I see what you mean
What's his name? Jonathan Taylor Thomas had the same haircut on Home Improvement and shit. And everybody was going crazy, you know, that like little longer hair but not too long, and it was always like flipping in front of their face kind of thing.
Backstreet Boys had the same thing. Yeah, I remember now. Okay.
So, but they were like, it was in his contract. He couldn't cut his hair, which is like, he kind of got annoyed by the hair. But I mean, having all these girls running after you, I mean, you can't complain too much, right? But yeah, I'm interested in that story, but I'd rather wait and see where it goes, especially that this guy's known for crying wolf.
True. It's probably not true.
I mean, why would you want to lie about it though? Like, what kind of money can you make? Well, but if it's not true,
if you sue him.
But if there's but then if it's proven you didn't do it, you're the one paying.
You're getting sued, for sure.
Because you're especially a company like that is
I'm
out
not gonna
there.
Fuck around.
It's like you tried to make us look bad.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna pay.
You're gonna pay.
And then you might have a chance with Topanga. Maybe she'll leave him after.
See, that's why.
That's why we wanted to talk.
Yeah, I want to talk. Topanga, I'm out here.
Danielle Fischel.
That's her name.
Yeah, her real name.
It's not as hot.
You'd be like, I'm calling you Topanga anyways.
She'd be pissed at me after a while. Topanga.
But yeah, sports wise, they're what's his name? I forgot to look up the ref's name there, but in the NHL, got hot mic'd between like going to commercial, saying that he purposely was trying to find a penalty to call on the team. Ugh. And people are like, well, you know what? The funny part is, like, it was caught, and most people are just like, yeah, we know the NHL's been like that for a while. Mm-hmm. But like the NHL were like, we they didn't say they fired him. They said they really he won't be reffing another NHL game for the rest of his career.
Yeah.
But his career, he actually said that he was retiring at the end of the year. So
Early retirement.
Early retirement, and I'm guessing it's not going to be considered quit. Like, that's what I mean. They didn't say, like, fired or quit. So I got a feeling like he's still going to be on a payroll in some sort of way. He just won't be a ref in a hockey game. But, I mean, everybody knows that that's how hockey works in the NHL. Sports.
Any sport. Well, they're trying to even it out all the time.
Well, that's, I mean, like, they don't want to be a factor too much. Like, they don't want to start calling penalties on all one team. So if they start calling on one team and they see that they can call one on the other team just to bring it back even, it's always been like that. Or close, yeah. Which I personally understand, but some people don't like it. But, I mean, most of the people that watch hockey know that that's been happening for years.
Yeah.
And just like football, like, you watched like the Super Bowl, when it came to penalties, everybody was like, oh my God, like, they're calling only one team. Like, people complain no matter what.
Yeah, for sure.
People complain no matter what. Like, either you call equally, and people would be like, oh, you see, they're just trying to even it out for everybody. Or if you call it right,
lopsided, yeah.
Oh, no, refs are against us. They don't want us to win. So, like, you can't win as a ref.
No, even when Tom Brady tries to high-five you.
And gets left.
Yeah, that's right. Left hanging. Hey,
there's a bunch. Like, we talked about this.
I know.
I just
wanted to say it. That's all.
But, like, where was I gonna go with? Oh yeah, on the hot mic, like, you hear him say that. Like, I was looking to get a penalty on the Predators, which was Nashville, and you can hear somebody in the background say, "Yeah, I know," and everybody thinks it's like the other ref or something.
Yeah.
But if you look at the video, or I think somebody actually acknowledged this, is he's talking to a Predators player. I think he's an assistant. He's not the captain or anything, but he's an assistant. And usually some of the players sometimes go talk to the refs, especially in the intermission or something like that, or in between plays. And, like, he told them, yeah, I was looking to give you guys a penalty because we're trying to even it out. And the player's like, yeah, we know. Like, it's normal. We're used to it. So I don't know if it's the right call from the NHL. I guess they just don't want the bad press when it comes to...
Get rid of him, then that's it. Okay. Next thing, so the whole pick just goes through.
And then you got the March Madness going on.
Have you watched a little bit? I watched a little bit.
But personally, I don't watch it that much. I've never really been into it. But why would you go on with the March Madness? Why? In my personal opinion, I find like they're not paid athletes. This is not their job.
No.
Why are we risking COVID with these players? Like, it's not the only person that's making money are the schools. The NCAA is the only organization right now making money.
A lot of money.
It's one of the most corrupt fucking systems there is out there. Yeah. It's very fucked up. Like, yeah, you as a player, you can't make money, but we'll make the money instead.
Yeah, that's right.
It's very, very corrupt. But that's what I mean. Is like, why would they be allowed to risk these players that it's not their job?
Well, how many people got vaccinated in the States already?
Yeah, but look, there's a team that had to fucking withdraw because they got COVID tested positive. Like, even if it was only 2 players, the whole team has to forfeit.
Wow.
So, like, why risk it? It's like not their job. Like, these kids, they're not making money anyways. The only person is a big corporation. Somebody's one person's stuffing their pockets. Or 2-3 persons.
Everybody wants to go back to normal. They just want to keep going, man.
Yeah, but, like, is it that much worth it? I mean, personally, I don't think so. But I mean,
how many kids? I'm not getting into COVID, man.
I don't. Yeah, but I mean, at some point, I feel like it is there, but I don't think it's as bad as people think. But
it's 20-year-old gonna die from that.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, April 1st is coming. Maybe they'll be like, "Hi, April Fools! It was a year-long one, boys."
All the governments at the same time? Yeah right.
We were just joking. Oh, and by the way, the Earth's flat.
Yeah. And the aliens are already here. As reptilians.
Elon Musk is one of them.
Yeah, the government. We gotcha.
Did you see that Raptors game yesterday? Or what?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's going to be, Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday.
It's Lowry's last game, I think.
I don't know.
It really looks like it. He put his house for sale, like everything.
If the team wants to do it right to him, they should. But I still don't think they should trade him for what he's like not worth. I think teams are going to jump on the whole thing of, oh, but he wants out. I'd be like, well, yeah, but he's worth something, so you better give us something for him.
Yeah, not nothing.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like the Raptors are going to cave into like getting him less than what he's worth, which kind of sucks. But he has said that he wants to retire Raptor, so even if it's a one-day contract or whatever.
Yeah, that's cool. I like when the teams do that. That's cool.
So that's interesting. But that's not the big thing. The big thing is we had an all-woman panel there.
Yeah, a broadcast team was all women.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. I didn't mind it at all. It was different.
It's different. It's cool, but I think they should have the best person to do it.
Well, it could be a woman. That's the thing.
Yeah, maybe.
They don't give them a chance too often to do broadcasting. You don't see it very often. That's why I thought it was pretty cool. It was different for sure.
I have a hard time with some of those things. Like, I don't want to get into an argument or anything about that because I don't want to like seem. It's like the equal pay thing going on in sports, and it just seems like some people don't understand how it works because
in sports is not the same as.
I know, but there's a lot of people that complain. Like even the women's
for the same job.
Same job, but there's not a lot of recorded things that have happened in job board. Yes, back in the day it did happen more, but today in this day and age, there's not a lot of recorded in jobs where girls are getting or women are getting paid less than men for the same job. It's not true anymore. Like when it comes to sport, the women's soccer team, the U.S. women's soccer team went to court on this because the men's soccer team was making more money, and the court just laughed them out. Like, you're not bringing the same revenue.
Yeah, it's that simple. But that's what I mean. It's not the same as another job. It's not the same as another job.
But I'm just saying they're making big deals out of this in the news. They're like saying but it's just the revenue that's bringing in. Like, everybody doesn't understand, but the revenue is a big part of it, especially when it comes to entertainment. Like, there's people that complain.
That's why strippers make more than men.
I think men's strippers do pretty well as well.
You think they do pretty good too?
Because there are gay people that
there's a lot of women that go see men's strippers.
Yeah, but there's a lot of men too that go see men's strippers.
Oh, really? It's like 50-50? No way.
Well, I wouldn't know because I've never been there.
I've been in there. There's a lot more chicks than dudes in there.
Well, I mean, there is going to be chicks because they're like, oh my God, we don't get this often, so we want to see it.
And they scream. It's a big deal.
They scream? Were you screaming?
Yeah.
Or were you stripping?
And then they were screaming, put it on, put it on.
Get me out of here, my eyes.
I can't unsee this.
Imagine if it would have been Jamie.
Oh, my God.
They'd be done. You wouldn't have any screams there.
Horrible dancer. I got a story with that.
For what?
With Jamie, though.
Yeah, are we there already? Man, we forgot the idiots of the week, man.
Oh, we didn't do the okay.
Fuck's sakes.
Sabres are down 14 games in a row, too, for sports before we go to the
That might be idiot of the week, though. Maybe that's... Idiot of the year. Can't make a team that wins when you have Jack Eichel and Taylor Hall.
It's
Rasmus Dahlin.
Dumpster fire. That's what it is.
It's called playing in Buffalo. Even in football, they can't win.
Oh, it's tough, huh? Buffalo never wins. At nothing. Horrible.
I saw this post. It said teams that should have an NHL team. It's like Quebec Nordique is the first, second Buffalo Sabres.
Oh, ouch.
Third one's Houston. Like in Buffalo, they don't have an NHL team.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Anything
else before we go to the idiot?
Well, I mean, we can consider this one a sports / idiot of the week thing there.
For sure.
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun. How many accusations did he get for sexual harassment?
Sexual assault.
Assault, not harassment.
It's assault. 16 that is counted for right now.
16. That's a dirty dog.
Everybody has Ben Roethlisberger. He tried raping somebody. There's only one chick that came forward with it, which even there's a lot of proof that it might not have happened, and it's like everybody made a big deal. This guy's got 16 or something.
16
that came up. I don't know.
I don't think he'll play next year.
Oh, it all depends how it goes in court.
Even then, once they know that kind of shit pops out, the NFL is super clean, man. It'll be out in no time.
I don't know.
No time.
Isn't there one guy there that did something pretty fucking bad and he still played?
I don't think
that
not long after.
Guy, didn't the Lewis guy?
Jerry, was it Lewis? He was dragging that chick by the hair. You remember that? Oh,
that's Rice.
Jerry Rice.
Not right, Jerry.
What was it? Rice. Anyway, you remember that video? You'd see it.
Yeah, he beats his fucking wife.
He beats his wife, then he dragged her with her hair. It's like
CCTV caught all of that.
That was intense.
Yeah, pretty crazy. Yeah,
but
Ray Rice, I think.
Ray Rice, that's what it was. Had a Halloween costume. That's what it was. Dragging a doll with the Ray Rice football shirt. Yeah, I thought it was hilarious.
What's his name? Lewis?
That's the best costume suits when you get something that happened that year and you do a Halloween suit with it. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis?
That's another guy, but I'm trying to remember what happened. I'm trying to look it up real quick here.
Anyway.
Yeah, he was in a murder trial.
He was?
Yeah.
Did he get charged?
I'm trying to he tried negotiating a plea agreement, so somewhere down there. But I mean, the guy played his career in the NFL. Like this is pretty much at the same time as Ray Rice too. They were playing on the same team, and it was just like, really, like this guy and this guy
didn't look good.
I mean, what's his name there? Aaron Hernandez there.
Yeah, that's
another
right.
Big one. But I mean, the only reason he wasn't playing in the NFL anymore because he was in prison, probably.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they canceled this. I think it's in the contracts. If you go to prison, it's void or something like that.
No, because they were paying.
No. If you get
charged, yeah.
But he wasn't charged yet.
Yeah, and he killed himself, so they had to pay him before he got charged.
Yeah.
Or proven guilty.
Yeah.
He was charged, but he wasn't proven guilty.
That's an interesting documentary for sure.
Yeah. All of this because he was gay.
Yeah, he didn't want to let people know.
I don't know if that's like the whole story behind it. I think he had aggression problems too, but
a little bit of everything, yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, there's that other story there. Was it Norway you were saying?
Oh, yeah, it was it another country, yeah? Missing woman mystery solved.
That sounds interesting.
It was in Iceland. Iceland Eldia Canyon. I'll read it off because it's really good.
Okay.
The group was traveling through Iceland on a tour bus and stopped near a volcanic canyon. Soon, there was a word of a missing passenger.
Oh, shit.
The woman who had changed clothes didn't recognize the description of herself and joined the search.
Oh, shit.
But the search was called off at about 3 a.m. when it became clear the missing woman was in fact accounted for and searching for herself.
So, like, they say 3 a.m. and I'm guessing if you're stopping at a canyon,
it's daytime.
It's daytime. You're not stopping there in the nighttime.
It's a tourist thing. It's not nighttime.
So that means they searched a long time.
For like 12, 15 hours.
For this person that was searching for herself. But I mean, okay.
How high do you think she was?
But I mean, is it like the idiot of the week here? Like, yeah, she could be considered one, but like, there's people standing around her as well that have been given a description, seeing her, and not thinking, is this the right person? Like,
did we count everybody here?
Like, she's beside me, I think, but then you're like, but no, we're not all that stupid. So there's multiple stupid people in here.
Yeah, but they would have called out her name.
Yeah, but I mean, who goes on a touristic thing alone? So there's somebody else with her.
Well, maybe not. Maybe she did go alone.
But still, like, I've been in places alone, but I always have I always start talking to somebody there. You know, like, you get, you know, if you're going out in public like that, and I consider myself an introvert, but I mean, when I'm out there, I don't mind talking to people, and I'll try to get a conversation, get to know people around me, but
I just think it's hilarious. They were searching for her the whole time. They're like, oh, she's right here.
But like, I mean, nobody's ran into her and been like, yeah, this, like, it took them all this time to figure out, like, oh, yeah, she was.
Yeah.
I mean, she is stupid as well to not be.
Well, like, the other ones you can maybe.
Because there probably was a name list.
There probably was.
And they were probably like, we're looking for Linda. And she's like, She's like, there's another Linda with us?
Half baked, just like, oh wow.
What are the chances?
She has a pink shirt. I have a pink shirt too.
But I changed it. But I had a pink shirt. No, it's
that's crazy.
It's like, yeah, she is the idiot of the week.
Guaranteed.
But there's people around her that should have been like, I think that's her. Like, can we make sure this is not her?
It doesn't say the description how they told everybody the description.
I hope there's more of that story that comes out eventually,
I hope
so I could actually laugh.
It's actually pretty good though.
And then there's that Black Lives Matter guy, that fucking leader or whatever you want to call it. So it's not the actual leader of Black Lives Matter. It's in Atlanta. This person started a Facebook group.
Yeah.
Called it Black Lives Matter, whatever region he's in.
Atlanta.
And well, it wasn't just Atlanta.
Georgia.
I think. But anyways, so people joined the group, and it was mostly good things, right? Like, oh yeah, people think racism is bad, blah blah blah. But then there's this whole. He set up this whole. How do you say that? Their nonprofit
organization.
Well, it's not organization, but it's like he set up the account for nonprofits so people can actually give money, and he doesn't get taxed on the money. Like the group doesn't
donations.
Get taxed. Donations. Well, this guy just got charged. Like, this is like, he's been guilty. He's charged. Like he's
not
going
even
to prison.
Like he might.
He's going to prison. This guy used the money on a house, guns, and personal shit.
No.
Yeah, the guy that was running the whole thing, like, instead of actually using the money for
protests or whatever.
Yeah, he was just spending on himself. I guess his life did matter.
It's gonna enjoy that. Eh?
So it doesn't look good for that. The whole, because he was using still the BLM name, like not under the big name, but so it's not gonna look good in the news
for the whole organization. Doesn't
but you
look
see
good.
Like, I was looking it up online, and they're not talking about it. They're trying to keep it on the down low.
Yeah, it doesn't look good at all.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Wow.
But yeah, I know we didn't really write it down, but there's another shooting there in Colorado not too long ago. Yesterday, I think, or the day before. There was one in Georgia, a couple, like, at the beginning of the week, too.
It's like school shootings or just
shootings? Just shootings. One guy, so the first one in Georgia is some young guy bought a gun legally.
Okay.
And went to these Asian massage parlor and shot some Asian people. And now everybody's saying it's a racist thing, blah blah blah. But the whole thing, the kid that got caught, didn't kill himself or anything. So they got his. Yeah. He's gonna actually be able to tell why he was doing it and shit. And he did already admit that he has sexual problems, and all these massage parlors are on the online for happy endings and shit like that.
Oh.
So I think there's more of a sexual reason behind it and not a racial reason behind it.
Okay, it was all Asian stores. Yeah. I remember reading about it now that you say that.
Yeah, but like the kid that actually got caught and shit for it actually admits that he has sexual like addiction and problems and shit like that. So like they're still investigating. It's not all done deal. Yeah. But I mean, like, the media are jumping on the whole racist
They're saying
thing.
Asians because Trump was saying it was a virus from China.
Yeah.
And now they're saying everybody in the States trying to be racist to Chinamen and Japanese and Asians. I was like, oh my God.
It's
that's
stupid.
What the hell? That's too much.
So in 2018 they did like a whole thing about this, and it's like, so they started but it's like it's crimes against the ethnicities or whatever, right?
Ethnicities,
yeah. So white, who has the more crime against white, and it's white people. It's like 60% white have more crimes against white people. Black people, like, very high. I don't remember exactly the percentage. Yeah. It's higher than any other against them, right? Black on black is, and then you got Hispanics, and it's more Hispanics on Hispanics.
Yeah.
The only one that it's not
the same ethnicity,
is Asians, and you want to know who creates more? It's black people, at 27.1%.
That's just in the States.
Yeah, but it's 27.1%. Most crimes against Asian people are by black people. It's just people, like, they make it look like I was watching these news outlets, and they make it seem worse than it is, because white on Asian is 24.4 or something like that.
Okay.
And Asians on Asian is 24.4. The same number for white and Asian, but it's only 3% difference with black. So
yeah, it's all the same.
So it's pretty much close, but it's still higher black on Asians. But it's the only ethnicity that is not higher by their own
kind.
Yeah.
Or, can you say that? Race, kind, yeah.
Race. Because it's a racism shit, race.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But anyway.
It's an interesting stat. This was in 2018, so I did not update the numbers, but it's just they're trying to like promote like that white supremacy is a bad thing.
Well, and it is a bad thing,
but it's not.
Stop splitting people up. Segregation does not work, man. It's never has.
It's a weird fucking thing they're doing, man. It's like, why aren't we not united instead of trying to like separate everybody? Like that's what it seems like they're trying to do, right?
Yeah.
But anyways,
I agree.
So, you ready for the why Jamie sucks story?
Oh, what was I gonna say?
No.
Oh, oui. Okay, yeah.
Oui.
Oh, oui. I got it.
Why are we talking about your oui?
Oui. I put la oui in la wah.
Oh. Is that what Jamie did?
Yeah, that's what it was. We were at the bar. I miss the bar.
What's that?
Reminisce about the bar.
It's been a year.
Yeah. Still, I just drive by and then I get a semi just going by. I'm like, oh, what, boy? What? What you looking, boy? What'd you find? Anyway, we were at the bar and I don't know, we're a
bunch of boys.
Yeah, we're a couple guys there, 4 or 5 guys, and then one of the guys like, let's do a competition.
So what kind of competition? Drinking?
No, it wasn't like that. It was like whoever picks up the biggest chick wins.
So like fattest, like
size wise. The
this
biggest
is in the 90s. We were okay.
Yeah, it's like whoever gets the biggest one,
early 2000s.
wins the contest.
And this like picks her up, like makes out with her during the night and shit, or is it like bring home and have fun?
Well, at least out of the bars, you're gonna bring her home.
Yeah,
that's the point. Bring her home. Do it where you want, but you got to bring her home.
Why do I feel like Jamie wins this competition?
Jamie was good at picking up those chicks.
That
was his skill.
Yeah,
that was his skill. So
everybody's
doing their own thing. I don't know. It was, but that's a skill he has. One of them, not so many.
So like he spotted her right away.
Well, everybody kind of like they're looking whoever they're gonna pick up, but the biggest one there, he was like, I'm going for this one. A couple guys did, but
as soon as you saw like him when you saw her with him, and you're like, man, I don't even need it.
I can't.
He wins.
She was all over him. He wins. So
the night's coming to an end.
He brings her home.
But didn't you just like tell him like, yeah, you win, dude?
Yeah, like as he's getting in the cab, and everybody's kind of tips. He's like, yeah. He says, I'm bringing the chick. I was like, oh man. I was like, okay.
How much money did you guys put on this?
Oh, I don't even know if we put money on there.
Probably like $20 or something.
It wasn't much. We didn't have that much money, so
it was like $5.
Yeah,
case of beer.
So he brings it to the apartment building. We're living in the same spot, right? And so he brings her over. A couple guys come over drinking, and sure shit, he hooks up with her, right? He's like,
go into my room, boys.
Go into my room, boys.
And you're like, dude, like this is like you're going too far.
You don't have to, but he's like, no. I'm gonna do this the right way. That's right.
And you're just like you're the one paid. Like,
yeah, but he did it. I said, hey, hats off. He did it. So anyway, he won that night. It was kind of like, oh well, congratulations.
So how does he suck? He won.
Yeah, it's because everybody goes to bed, but the next morning, she's still around.
Okay, well, it's normal. Like sometimes they just sleep.
And then you're making coffee, have breakfast, and then you hear him banging again.
He banged her again?
Yeah. I was like, so it's not just about the competition anymore. I was like, he kept on going. I was like, Did
you ever see her again?
I don't know. No. But still, well, I mean, she did not look good.
No.
It's not like it was like, well, she was okay. No.
This is like...
No. You don't. you put a blanket over her head to bring her in. You know, it's like, ooh.
You take the elevator up, not the stairs up.
But yeah, I just couldn't believe that he banged her the next morning again. I was like, holy fuck.
So
dude.
that's why Jamie fucking sucks.
That's why he sucks. It's creepy.
Oh, so I got a question for you. Time for
got?
the question.
What do you got?
Where is my question? I had a good one too. Just give me a second here. I thought I had it close, but it seems like I did not. Okay, so if you could have sex with anyone, but they die immediately after, who do you pick?
They die.
Yeah, they die. Like, like you finish and they die right there.
Right after.
So if you keep fucking, you become a necrophile.
Oh shit! So you gotta stop.
Gotta stop.
Okay.
Like,
Well, I mean that's tough. It's tough. You know why?
why?
I think I'm going gay.
You're going gay?
I'm gonna fuck Jamie. I'm gonna do it. It doesn't say anything about being a chick. Screw him.
My question: with a condom or raw?
Oh, I wrap it up.
Oh, yeah,
wrap it up. I don't know. It lasts longer. God, that's the tough one.
So is this like doggy style? You got to look at him
I
in the
don't
eye.
know. I don't want to even think about this.
Looking him at the eye, or is it doggy style?
No, I'm not going through this process.
No. Hey, you chose. You could have chose a woman. You wanted to start with a guy.
I'm not doing the eye contact.
No
eye contact.
What if he
disturbing.
enjoys it?
Oh, at least he's gonna die.
At least you won't be able to tell me after.
Yeah, that's right. I won't know.
But then after he dies, we don't get this segment anymore. Why Jimmy sucks.
Oh, yeah, we'd have to commemorate him instead.
So let's say non-gay. Who would you choose?
Somebody I dislike.
But do you really dislike? It's just they're gonna die after.
They're gonna die.
So
That's
doesn't.
harsh.
It's harsh, but at the same time, you're like, I get to fuck one person, anybody I want.
Yeah, but I don't want any. There's no women that I would want to fuck and then die. I'd be like, yeah, that one, screw her.
What's about that murderer chick there from Canada there?
That's not a bad idea.
Because she did look not bad.
She
right?
did. She was hot.
Yeah, back in the day. Now I think she doesn't.
Yeah,
but
Carla Omolka.
yeah.
That's a good answer. I like that. Because nobody's going to feel bad.
Could you imagine though? You have this superpower. If you fuck somebody, like they die, and then you get kidnapped, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna fuck you." You're like, "Okay,
Let's do this.
let's do this. I'll let you." It makes me think of that TikTok. Have you ever seen that? Do you watch TikTok a little bit?
Oh, yeah, I know it.
Have you seen the one where the fucking they're pretending two kids are together talking, and it's like, I heard dad's coming home to give us a whooping. And then the one kid, he's like, but I got a trick. He's like, I'm going to pretend I like it. And the other kid's like, really? Like, is that going to work? He's like, I think so. So then the dad comes up, and usually it's only the same person pretending to be all the characters. And he's like, all right, boys, time for a whipping. And then the other guy, looks at the other kid, like, watch this. And he's like, takes the belt off. Dad takes the belt off, spanks the kid. This kid, Daddy, do that again. And the dad's like, and just leaves and doesn't get a whooping again.
He's just all confused. Like,
yeah, this was supposed to be a punishment. He's enjoying it. I'm out.
it could work. I can see it working.
And then the other kid's like, it actually worked.
It's an actual video? I haven't seen that one.
I'll try to find it. I might post it on our
that'd be cool. That'd be cool,
the Facebook or something. Yeah, it's pretty hilarious. Anyways, I guess we're going to finish this off with the LPR 6 story.
Oh, all right. I got another one.
Unless you want it to be a Jamie 6 story.
No, we're not doing this.
He's not that important.
No, screw him. So
that's what you did in the last question.
Well, it can't be all the time. So one night, I was, we were having fun, you know.
Who's having fun here?
Me and my wife.
Okay.
Me and my wife.
Because I know where the story's going.
Yeah.
And if you bring everybody up without telling us that you're having fun with somebody alone at first, like, it could be weird.
Could be weird. It's not that weird. Not this one anyway. So me and my
Your
wife.
sex stories are all weird.
I got some weird shit in there too. Yeah. So me and my wife.
You and your wife.
Me and my wife. Just
You
me and
and
my
your
wife.
wife.
Just me and my wife. We're banging all night, having fun. You know.
And you're just like.
It's like Friday night, so.
And it's one of those nights where you're lasting longer than the last threesome we talked about.
Well, I can do. Yeah. Sometimes I last a bit longer. You know?
Instead of just having the girl come in and come in her mouth. I still laugh at that.
You like that one?
I fucking laughed.
But we were having fun. But after a while, you know, you get tired. You try different things. So you take out some toys and take out some lube and different things.
How was your ass at the end?
Yeah, it's feeling pretty good. I was still able to walk, you know. So
you got pegged.
I got pegged.
Have you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
It wasn't bad.
Did you do it twice?
Nah, yeah.
Not yet.
Not yet.
You said you try everything
Yeah,
twice.
I know. You have to. I know.
Sorry, I had to ask.
You had to ask.
I had to
motherfucker.
ask because you say you try everything twice, and you're like, yeah, I did, and you're like, twice?
Twice? Like, not
No.
yet. So toys are out.
But it's not for you. It's
a whole bunch of toys.
Yeah,
some
but they're
for
not.
me, some for not.
Oh.
Yeah, I take out all the stuff. The ropes, you know, fuck 9 yards, you know.
jump rope.
Jump rope, yeah, just physical exercise. So anyway,
If only that's what
we
the
do
story
our
was.
thing. We do our thing, and then you pass out. And everything's good. But the next morning, kids wake us up. Mommy, Daddy, blah, blah, blah.
We're hungry, we're
Okay.
hungry.
Yeah. So okay. We get up, and we start making breakfast, and it's a little bit late, so it's like a
Brunch kind of
brunch kind of thing. So my mom's coming over later on, my uncle, like it's a little brunch, family brunch thing. So okay, cool. But as we're doing the bacon and cooking all that stuff, then we hear the kids singing
and giggling.
They're giggling and stuff, and we're like,
What's going on?
it's kind of like whatever. But then after a while, we're like, okay, where's the kids? And we go take a look. They're not in their rooms. Okay.
Where's the sound coming from?
Yeah, so we keep going, and then sure as shit, they're in our room, and they're singing in the microphone.
What's the microphone?
It's the vibrator we used the night before.
The one toy you forgot to put away?
Oh, we didn't put it away, so they're singing on
So
it.
this is a vibrator?
This is the big one that looks like a.
It looks like a
It's
dick.
like it looks like, no. It looks like a vibrator with a big ball at the end. It looks like a microphone.
Oh, it's a...
It's like a massage thing.
No, it's a...
Magic wand.
Yeah, the wand.
That's the one. They're singing in it, thinking they're
My
all
question
singing.
is, was it plugged in?
No.
Vibrating around
It
their
wasn't
mouth?
vibrating, but they were singing.
So my
in
question
it.
is, how close to their mouth was it?
There's slobber all over it. Singing. I was like, oh no.
Oh.
I was like, get out of the room. Just
So,
like kick them out. Like, what the you freaking they don't know.
So no, I know they don't know, but like, are you the one that caught them, or both of you like got into?
No,
the room?
I'm the one that went back. And
So
my wife was still cooking, and
so-
she's just like, what? She
What
laughed.
kind of conversation did you have with your wife after
I
that?
told my wife, I was like, the kids were doing this. She's just like, stupid kids. What are you gonna do?
I mean,
no,
but Mike.
The funniest thing was that like everybody was coming over, and then my mom comes over, and then she's like, "Oh, kisses," and then she kind of like looks at him weird, like, "What that funky smell?" It's like, "Yeah, sorry." It's just
what I find funny is like okay, find the toys. It's not bad. Usually, like let's say they would have went into the
they
drawer.
just kind of see.
They find a toy. I mean, usually you clean your toys after you're done, but this one was like hidden in the bed, so it wasn't cleaned.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't clean.
Like it was just used
Freshly. I feel bad. I hope they don't remember this.
like that moment when your kid watches porn one day and he is like sees a girl with a vibrator and he's like, fuck.
You think one day he's gonna clue in? He's like, I remember that.
It's not a microphone.
I feel bad for the kids now.
What? Oh, fuck. Hey, it could have been worse. It could have been something that was inserted.
True.
It could have been plugged in and vibrated around their mouth.
We're not. Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot worse that
It's a
could have
lot worse.
happened.
It could have been worse.
Could have been something that pegged you with a stank.
Oh.
Makes me think of The Good Boys. Have you watched The Good Boys?
No.
The three kids there. It's when they find like the fucking sex toys of one of the parents in their room, in the parents' room, and he takes out like a box and it says anal beads, but he's like anal beads, and he's like. It's nunchucks in Japanese, and he takes them out and he starts whipping them outside the side, and then he hits himself in the face. He's like, "Fuck, this smells like shit," and puts them back in the box.
What was that show?
The Good Boys.
That's so fucking funny, man.
It's made by Seth Rogen.
Anal beads.
It's like Superbad that they as their kids before Superbad.
Okay,
kind of thing.
okay.
But yeah, anal beads. It's nunchuck in Japanese.
That's so good.
And then he starts whipping it, hits himself in the face. This thing smells like shit.
You got a pink eye the next day.
Oh, fuck. No, it's a good show. Like, I mean, you got to go in with, like, not high expectations because you know it's going to be a stupid show, like, if you watch the trailers and shit. But, no, it's not a bad movie if people want to watch it. I recommend it if you like the...
Well,
like,
just that part. I want to watch it, man.
But, yeah. So, yeah, I guess that's it for us tonight. Today.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Tonight, today, this
Tonight,
afternoon.
today, this week.
Whatever time you're watching this.
That's right.
But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I guess that's it. Huh? That's it. Do you have anything else you want to add?
No ad.
No ad?
No deletions. No errors. We're good.
Fuck. We might have errors. Maybe somebody's going to message us and like,
week, yeah.
fucking, you lied about this. I'm like, fuck. So that's why we're using that phrase I said earlier.
Not too wrong.
Not too wrong.
That's good.
So, I mean, saves our ass a little bit.
I like it.
So, that was our Rule G podcast for today, for this week, I should say. My bad.
That's good.
And catch you guys on the flip side.
Flip side. Real G.